So I do work with the Arc Pikes Peak Region. I am one of our advocates, and my focus is educational advocacy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we provide. One of those things is educational advocacy. That means that parents can contact us, schools can send parents to us to contact us, and we will help them through the IEP and 504 process. For kids, we work with anybody who qualifies for an IEP or a 504. I attend meetings with families all the time. We have 3 people who do educational advocacy, 1 who does speak Spanish. And we cover El Paso, Park, and Teller counties. And we go to meetings with families. We help them through that process. We help the families and schools come to consensus. I am fluent in educationese, having been a teacher for many years. So I can help translate that language for families. And I'm never out to get anybody. Like, I'm not coming to your school to make anybody mad. I'm just here to facilitate consensus and make sure that kids' rights are being respected and everybody's kind of getting what they need to do. We provide adult advocacy. So when you do finish out with school and you go up into that adult world, which is a very scary place to be, we can walk alongside people. I have kids that I worked with. Well, I'm going on my 11th year now, and I started with them in middle school, and now they're adults, and I'm still their advocate. So we provide judicial advocacy, which is a very important thing, and that is for people with disabilities who are perpetrators of a crime or are victims of a crime. We help them through that process. We are not attorneys. We don't represent them, but we do attend court with people. I attend court with a lot of the families of the kids that I work with and kind of talk them through the process, help them feel a little bit better about what's going on and understand what's happening. Because, if you're trying to get a hold of your public defender, it's not the easiest thing in the world. So we kind of walk that walk with people. We've had a really good success with our judicial advocacy program. We've been able to get people who really have no business being in jail into diversion programs, into other kinds of situations that is much better for everybody. We provide guardianship for up to 84 individuals. In the adult world, we work with people specifically with intellectual or developmental disabilities. So we are court appointed as guardians for up to 84 people. Right now we're at 70 something. I cannot remember. It kind of goes up and down. We also provide packets for families who are seeking guardianship. It includes all the forms that are required for guardianship, which families can download for free off of the state website. I don't know where it is, but we can direct people to it. But our packet comes with examples on how to fill it out. And then our guardianship specialist will help the families if they struggle with filling that out. The people we are guardianship of usually have no family involvement or family involvement that is not appropriate for that person. And that's determined by the court. That's not determined by us. We do focus more on supported decision making. We're big fans of that. Not everybody needs guardianship. Please don't tell kindergarten parents that their kids need guardianship when they're 18. No. We want to give everybody a chance to make their own mistakes. Because I don't know about y'all, but when I was 18, I was a hot mess. And I should not have been allowed out in public. So the idea that the kids that we support with disabilities, might make a mistake, that's important. That's how we learn. So we can work on supported decision making, and there is legislation that supports supported decision making and makes that a very important part of the adult process. To that end, my coworker Christina, who is our guardianship coordinator and has been in the system or been around forever, does a really great workshop, you were asking about workshops, on adulting. And it includes things like supported decision making, access to the waivers, who to talk to, future planning, all kinds of things like that. The ArcUS does have a center for future planning, and we can help people access that website and start out doing those future plans. We're all about future planning. I start talking about it with little tiny children, little kindergartners, pre-K. I'm also a huge fan of having kids in their own IEP meetings and running their IEP meetings. Studies show that people who run their own IEP meetings are significantly more likely to go to higher education and to be employed. So we want people to live the lives they want to live. So I like to start that in pre-K. Those kids can make choices. You all know that. But we want them to be a voice in their meetings. We also are very fun people, so we host things like dances. We're going to have one next month called our Spring Fling, formerly our Sweetheart Dance, but we couldn't get it in February. So we hold dances a couple of times a year. They are a blast. We have a lot of people in a small space, and they just dance all night long. It's great. We also have a family resource library, which we're very excited about. We partnered with the Resource Exchange on this. It includes all kinds of books about disability, about IEPs, about criminal justice, all kinds of things. But it also includes a lot of adaptive equipment for people to try out. One of my favorite things is some of our adaptive keyboards. So different ways that people can learn to type. We just purchased for one of our kids an alphabetic keyboard because it's actually easier to learn to type alphabetically. I have a whole story about why the QWERTY keyboard is if you want to hear it. I'm such a nerd. We have things like swings. We have a fabulous massage chair that people can come in and try out. We encourage our parents to try it out. Our staff has tested it rigorously, and we know how great it is. We have some adaptive bikes that people can check out and try. So all kinds of things like that. We have a really great, like a head thing that has a rod on it so people can type with their heads. So we also have in our personal development center, which is where most of this stuff is housed, we have an accessible adult-sized changing table, which I love. We should have them everywhere. Our personal development center includes that family resource library. It includes a computer lab because most people with disabilities, with intellectual and developmental disabilities, don't have access to computers, and that's how you get a job. So we want to provide that access, and people can come in and train with people. We have a full teaching kitchen, which is amazing. It has some of our stoves go up and down, so they are height accessible as well as other kinds of access. We have a ton of adaptive equipment in that in the kitchen. We have a full laundry setup so people can work on those laundry skills in conjunction with the cooking classes. So once you cook, you got to clean up, including doing the laundry, that kind of thing. We have a multi-purpose room where we've had things like yoga classes and dance classes and workshops and trainings and all kinds of things. So I love our personal development center. It's pretty new, and we're very excited about it. We also have a program called our School and Life program. In this program, we have educational navigators who kind of meet families where they are and walk alongside them as they take their journey. It could be somebody who is like, I can't do the school thing anymore. It's just not working out for my kid. We can't figure it out, so we're going to homeschool. And they kind of help them through that process. It could be somebody who needs some help with the IEP, and then they're like, oh, we have our educational advocates. They're going to help you. It could be somebody who, one of our students is working on her GED. So she's taken GED classes, and she has somebody who sits with her and goes through those classes. We built a sensory room for a family because that was really needed for their child. So all kinds of different things that School and Life program does. We offer all kinds of trainings and workshops. One of the trainings I do is called IEP 101. It takes place over 2 days. It's about 8 hours. And we go through the IEP process from requesting evaluation to eligibility and writing the IEP and all the plans that go along with it. We do shorter trainings. Christina, like I said, does that adulting training. And we're pretty flexible. So if you have something you want a workshop on, let us know and we'll write one. I'm going to be training with a school up in a different district about disability etiquette, things like that. And then the other thing we offer is a self-advocacy group. Right now we have an adult self-advocacy group, but we would love to have a kids self-advocacy group. If anybody wants to help us start one. It's getting families involved is really important to us, and getting the kids to be able to talk in their own voice is super important. So our adults are working on those skills as well. And it's a very small group right now. We have 4 or 5 members, and they have the opportunity to go out and speak to legislators about different issues that affect them, and we work on those kinds of skills. And then we have a lot of fun and eat pizza and stuff. And we've been in our community for 65 plus years, started by a parent of children with disabilities. So we plan to be around for a whole lot longer, although we would all like to work ourselves out of a job. Any questions?
Do you bring your workshops out?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're free.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we don't charge people to attend our workshops. The only thing we have nominal charges for, like our guardianship packet, is $40. It does include a year's membership to the Arc, which if you become a member of the Arc, you get a 15% discount at the thrift stores, which is super awesome. And then our dances, there's a nominal fee, which may be changing a little bit. But yes?
So for your equipment, your adaptive equipment, do you rent that out to educators, or is that just the parents?
We don't rent it.
Okay,
We check it out. Yeah, I just want to be sure. There's not a charge for that. It could be to an educator. If you have a specific child in mind that you want to try something out with, absolutely. You can also have the family make an appointment. They can come in and try it in the office. If you wanted to bring your students out to teach them a lesson on cooking, so that they could all you could have more space, that would be a good place to go. There are 5 cooking stations, and that includes stovetop and oven, and then equipment at each of those stations. 2 of them are adaptable. And the main station has a camera and there's a TV, so you can see what's going on the stovetop on the TV. I know, we're very cool. We offer a film festival every year. Thank you. That was not on my list. And it's films about and by people with disabilities. So we have partnered with the Youth Documentary Academy. One of our board members, I think he might be a former board member at this point. He'll be back anyway. He got connected with us when he did a film through the Youth Documentary Academy called Lonely Highway. He's on the back of our brochure. One of the coolest people I know, but he never, every day at lunch, from the time he was little until he graduated from high school, he sat alone. I know. But when he got connected with us, he started making friends. He went to college. He just really blossomed. And so we love our film festival. We show some really great films. I can make every one of you cry with one of our films if you'd like. It's amazing. So, and that is usually free to the public. I think this year we're doing it online again. We have sent to schools some of the films that we've shown. I just shared a bunch with the school up in District 20. And we've done them with District 11. So if you could host a film festival. Also, we've been talking about doing a film contest for youth to talk about disability. So that's something we're really looking forward to. We'd love to partner with somebody on that.